All right. Okay. So now we're live. Hey, how's it going, everybody? I haven't done a hangout for quite a long time. So I thought I would do one. I was over on Witchy Jim's channel, and Zabora and Loki's Witch and myself were hanging out there. And so it was kind of fun. So I figured I'd do a hangout. Haven't done one in a long time. Hey, Junkie, how's it going? What's up, Start Answer 58? Hey, Junkie. Uh, how's do we have a timeline? I don't want to spoil the surprise, so I won't say anything. Hey, October Goddess, how's it going? Hey, I'm sorry I haven't talked to you for a long time. That's okay. No problem. Oh, yeah, October Goddess Princess. I remember you now. Yeah. Something happened with Facebook and you. You disappeared. I thought maybe uh,
Are we
something
there?
happened. Yeah. Hey, Witchy Jim, how's it going? Yeah. So I was just kind of catching up on some of the people who are in the chat. Obvious
Hello?
Internet Troll, how's it going? I can hear you, yeah. Can you hear me? Butchie Jim? Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Let me see. Okay, so Witchy Jim is having problems here. I don't hear you. Hopefully he'll read that. Yeah, I'm not hearing you,
You
Witchy
don't
Jim. I don't
hear
know if you're
me.
hearing me. I don't hear. No. I hear you now. I hear you now. Talk. Speak. I hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me? All right. It's always technical problems. So I'll let him figure this out, and I'll catch up on the chat. Hey, Comedic, I thought you were going to bed. Oh well, that's all right. Loki, hey, how's it going? I'm just no problem. Oh, on the project is going pretty well. Just trying to get the audio in the right places so that I can. Yeah, okay, no problem, Junkie. I know how that goes. It's editing is always the longest part. I completely understand that. Gabby Teppa, hello Hellbound, I love your channel. Thanks, Gabby. I'm glad you like my channel. I love that kind of feedback. How goes it, Hellbound? Hey,
Hello?
what's up? Hey, I can hear you, Jim. Can you hear me? Okay, we're playing this game here. Whoops, cancel. Can you hear me? Okay, he dropped off. All right, anyhow, okay, so maybe he'll reconnect. Um, it's the worst. It is the worst. I am trash. Hey, guys. So, Junkie, I know. The editing part is, I'm telling you, that is the worst. Every time I do a video, it's like, okay, I record the audio, or I get the concept, I get the video, I record the audio, and then the real work begins. Then I have to edit it. And, I mean, for those of us who create videos, I mean, yeah, when you actually just like get in front of the camera or maybe just record the audio, that's the easy part. That's the easy part. The hard part is when you actually have to sit down in your program and edit everything and start clipping it all together. And that's the part that I hate doing. But that's the part you have to do. So let me see who else is in the chat. Synthetic Rebellion. Yeah, I'm Trash. Hey, I'm Trash Jack Voodoo. Hey, Hellbound, first ever live stream of yours. I have made it to hope it's, yeah, well, I hope it's fun too. It might not be all that fun. Phone call. Can you hear me now? How about here? Exactly. I'm going to bed now. All right. Good night, Comedic Witch. Synthetic Rebellion. What editing program do you use? I use Jim. How's it going? Can you hear me? All right. I'll let him get that figured out. I use Adobe Premiere Elements 10. That's what I am using. Don't have the guts to make videos. Kent State just wanted to say hi. Well, okay, no problem, obvious internet troll. Poor Jim. Yeah, well, we'll see. Hey, Jim, can you hear me? All right.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Jim. Can you hear me? I can hear you, Jim. Can you hear me? No? Okay. All right. I'll let you get that figured out, Jim. Nope. Okay. All right. I'll let you get that figured out. I can hear you, Jim. So let me see on my end. No, I have it all set up on my end. So I think maybe what I'll do is I will I'll put the link to the chat in here and people can join in. What I want to talk about is
there we go.
Hey, can you hear me now, Jim? Can you hear me now, Jim? I guess not. All right. So anyhow, so I posted the link in the chat if people want to join in. What we're going to be talking about is theistic beliefs and what are the benefits for it. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that is because I've been hearing people talk about anti-theistic beliefs, people who are against religion and don't believe, at least that's my interpretation of it. But I think that there are benefits for people who have beliefs. And I think that not looking at those realistically is not beneficial. I think that, you know, if you identify as a theist or an anti-theist, or maybe you're agnostic, or maybe you don't know, I think that that's all well and good. But I think to completely trash and throw away people who do have theistic beliefs, I think is it's missing. There's an element. There's a reason why humans have evolved the way that they've evolved, and they've evolved beliefs, because those beliefs are beneficial in some respect. And I think that it's important to have, well, I don't know if it's important to have it, but for those who do hold theistic beliefs, it is important to them in some respect. I hear it on, I have to mute him now. Well, I don't know if it's important to have it, but for, all right, I had to mute you, Jim, sorry. So anyhow, so what I did was I put the link in the chat room if anybody wants to join me and to talk about this and share their thoughts on it. So let me see. Let me catch up with the chat. I was on Jim's live. He has really bad connection, like horrible. Yeah, okay. That moment when your mom is a fan of Bill stuff. Exactly. My friends had that issue. She's pagan and had quite a number of them bashing her religious views. Yeah, and Junkie, I think that that's the issue. You know, I think there's a difference between somebody who goes out of their way. Okay, let me see if I can unmute you, Jim. Who goes out of their way to, damn it, how do I unmute someone? Someone who goes out of their way to try and get people to believe what they believe. And then there's people who just hold beliefs and, you know, that's just, they just hold their beliefs and they're not really bothering anybody. I don't know how to unmute you, Jim. So, yeah. So yeah, that's one of the problems is that there are, if you hold a belief and you're not bothering anybody with it, why do you fucking care what somebody else believes or not? That's what really bothers me. Now, if I run around and I start telling everybody that they're living wrong and they have to believe what I believe, then yeah.
Hello.
Go ahead. I can hear you, Jim. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Jim? Okay. All right. Okay, so he doesn't, yeah, he doesn't hear me. Okay. You still don't hear me. So, Yeah, so that's the way that I look at that, Junkie, and I agree with you. I think that if people hold beliefs that aren't bothering anyone, what's the harm? And there are benefits to various beliefs. Um, you know, benefits of helping people to get through difficult situations. Maybe, having a belief that everything is going to work out in the end for whatever reason. Maybe they're going through some tough times, experiencing some difficulties, but maybe them holding on to some belief that some being has an ultimate goal in mind for them, maybe helps them to get through difficult situations. Maybe praying helps people in a beneficial way, and it does. Meditation, prayer do have positive physical and mental benefits to it. Wow. Okay. Damn it. I have to mute you again, Jim. I'm so sorry. This is like a comedy of errors. Well, anyhow, I posted the link in the chat if anybody wants to join me. I don't want to sit here and talk to myself. Hey, Jim, can you hear me now? Okay, he dropped that. So anyhow, so somebody please come in here. Keep me company. I don't want to sit here and talk to myself. Let me see. Start answer 58 agreed if you chose. Start answer 58. You don't understand. Help on. He's rubbing his mic in hope that it'll work again. Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll reconnect. I don't know what's going on with his make you a better person, and that's the path for you. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Start answer. Are you the same Start answer who I received an email from via PayPal? Start answer 58. I'm curious about that. Yeah, exactly. And I think that especially meditation, they have done studies on meditation. Meditation is actually very good for people. There's a lot. Yeah, okay. Oh, well, thank you so much, Start Answer. I really appreciate that. I gave you credit in I have a video coming out on Wednesday. And so I thank you on that video, but I'll thank you again here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's so nice when I have viewers that support me, however they can. If it's just sharing my video or supporting me through PayPal or Patreon, it really makes a difference. So thank you so much, Start Answer. I really appreciate it. It's always nice to get feedback from people, knowing that they enjoy my videos. And yeah, it's nice. It's good to get feedback, because we put a lot of work into creating videos, and it's nice to get positive feedback from people, and yeah, sometimes we get negative feedback. Maybe people don't agree with what we say or whatever, and that's just the way it is. But getting positive feedback is really, really beneficial. So again, thank you, Start Answer. I posted the link in the chat if anybody wants to jump in and talk about this subject, maybe share their experience about their own theistic beliefs and maybe how it's gotten them through situations, or maybe what they think about it in a positive aspect, maybe even in a negative aspect. Maybe some of your concerns about how other people hold beliefs that may have an impact on you, like let's say abortion or gay marriage rights or education. There's a lot of ways that people's theistic beliefs negatively impact us, but there's also a lot of positive aspects to it. Says I got an error trying to join. Oh, really? Okay. Let me try this again. Let me see. Maybe I have the wrong link. Copy. Close. Okay, try that link. Maybe that's a better link. Loyalty to those who are loyal, dude. Your subs enjoy you and your live stream chats. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Jack Voodoo. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I have a really great audience too. I mean, I think that that's one of the things that still got an error. Oh man, what the hell? What is going on with this thing? Well, you know what, Junkie? I think I have your email address, so I can invite you that way. So let me do that. What I'll do is let me send you the link via Google Plus. Get you in here, Junkie. Okay. So let me find it. What did I do with your email? There you are. You should pop up. Are you not why are you not popping up? Let me see. Let me copy the. All right. All right. So let me send you that. Let me send you the. Okay. So I just emailed you, Junkie. So I sent it to your official email address. Put a small one that end. Supposed sooner or later. Huh, that's weird. I wonder why it's doing that. So sorry about that. So, hey, Junkie, how's it going?
Hey, I'm here.
Good. All right, I'm going to try that again. Huh, that's weird. I wonder why it's giving an error message. So what happens? You click that link and it just says error?
Yeah, I clicked it earlier. It was just saying, oh, an error has happened. Yes, it says, sorry, we encountered a problem joining this video call. And it says the video call ended because of an error.
Huh, that's weird.
I guess you just got to show it to him in a, I guess send it to an email. Because it seemed to work that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's usually what I do is I invite people either through Twitter or Facebook if I don't have their email address. But in a desperate era, what I've done is I've just posted it in the live chat, and people have been able to join that way. So I don't know. Hey, Jim, try clicking the link that I sent to your Facebook. See if that should work again. So, go ahead.
All right, I was gonna say maybe if he has like a Gmail, you can probably send it there because it seemed to work that way for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jim, if it doesn't work that way, in Facebook, send me your Gmail address and I'll send it to you that way. So I don't. How's it going? How's it going, Junkie? How's your holidays?
It was actually pretty good. I ended up upgrading my PC over the holidays, and it's actually running much smoother now. Yeah, I've also been just trying to reorganize the place, getting ready for next semester of college.
Nice. And
yeah, just the usual.
And do you mind saying where you're going in college?
Oh, I'm going to be majoring in IT, which is information technology, in UALR.
Okay, now
it's a university.
And how far along are you?
I just transferred. I finished like my first 2 years in a different college, so I can get my minors out of the way, and I switched to Euler, which is a new school, to do my majors. My one major, technically.
Nice.
And yeah, I ended up getting accepted in the field since, well, very tech savvy when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, well,
I actually had to talk to.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I actually recently had to talk to a friend of mine who apparently got nasty ransomware. And I had to explain to them that the only way they could get their computer back in working order is that if they wipe the entire hard drive. Yeah, it was very bad too. It was WannaCrypt, which is one of the most dangerous ransomwares at the moment right now.
Now, what is ransomware? I've never heard of that.
Ransomware is basically, say, you download a fishy link and you don't know what's going on. So, and then randomly your computer just crashes out of nowhere. And so it reboots, and then it shows this random screen saying, "Hey, your files have been encrypted. Either you pay us up, or we're wiping your entire hard drive in the next few days." Yeah.
Wow.
And and the only way to pay them is through Bitcoin. Problem is, why it's so dangerous is because Bitcoin's been getting more and more expensive. Like, I believe one Bitcoin could lead to like a few $100s.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, still, just somebody being able to take control of your computer like that and hold it at ransom. I mean, that's fucked up. Wow.
Yeah. Thankfully, she did manage to find someone who could help her out. Apparently, they found out it was a dude who lived in her area. I was like, oh, so he's close by. Called the cops, got the asshole arrested. I was like, yes, fucking victory.
Good. What was it? Was it like a group of people or just one guy?
Just one old guy. Like, I think it was in his 40s, I believe.
Wow.
Who just sent like, hey, I made. What was it? She was saying, oh, hey, I made a game for you. Here you go. It's like, okay, cool. Turns out this game, which is an RPG, had like stuck in like ransomware, and I was like, what the fuck, dude?
That is slimy. That is slimy. But the guy got caught, huh? Good. Good.
Oh, yeah, I got caught.
That's awesome.
The problem was that now that it was encrypted, they actually took the hard drive and just went through it. Like, oh, they traced it back to the dude who had it in his computer. Mm-hmm. And God, it was ridiculous.
Well, I'm glad that they caught the guy. So, so on the topic they were talking that I was talking about earlier on theistic beliefs. So you're mentioning your friend who's a pagan who gets what, ridiculed, or they get shit for their beliefs.
Yeah, actually, I found out the person who did the ransomware, that was the same person who was like sending like these like horror threats and all that shit about her own pagan beliefs. And the reason why that they managed to send in another like the ransomware, because they used a different account and blah blah blah, but his views was just very close-minded. Like, he views all pagans as witches or terrible people and blah blah blah, and that they should be burned to the stake. And I'm like, whoa, this is not the medieval times, man.
You're right. Yeah, thankfully it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, I know that there's a lot of people who have, I mean, there's religious people who seem to be like, like they think that abortion should be illegal. They don't think gay people should be allowed to be married.
Yeah, the extremists, basically.
Yeah, the extremists, and those people are annoying because they're always pushing their beliefs on other people. Like, if you don't repent and turn your way over to Jesus Christ, you're going to burn in hell. And it's like, yeah, people like that are really annoying because they're actually trying to control people's lives. They're manipulative. They're trying to essentially blackmail people into following their own beliefs. But there's a lot of Christians out there and pagans and other beliefs that they're just going through their day-to-day. They don't care. They don't care if somebody's, they're not bothered with trying to get other people to follow their beliefs and their religion. And those people, I don't have any problem with them. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I have to like go online and call them out and make fun of their beliefs, because they're minding their own business. And, I don't see any reason to bother with that.
Yeah, actually, was it Bobby Shane asked, do pagan worshippers do sacrifices? From what I studied, no, they don't do that.
Do pagan worshippers do sacrifices? Well, it kind of depends upon what you mean by sacrifices. If you're talking about like animal sacrifices, no, they shouldn't be doing. Unfortunately, I do know that there are some pagans out there who believe that that's part of their practice, like they practice Santeria.
But those I kind of view as the extremists.
Yeah, they are an extremist, but that's part of their practice. Like voodoo priests, they sacrifice chickens. That's part of their practice. But there's also various different practices. European witchcraft, there's no history of it. European pagans, European druids, European witches, they don't sacrifice animals unless it's like part of a ritual where they're like cooking the animal or consuming it, you know. But there are other people who do sacrifices, like let's say they write a poem and they burn that poem to a particular deity, or maybe they create it. Like I've known, especially for some druids, what they'll do is they will create artwork. They'll like put a lot of time and energy into creating something that's incredibly beautiful, and then they'll just destroy it in the name of their deity. So what they're doing is they burn this art, this work of art, to a god in honor of them, and they consider that to be a sacrifice. So it really depends upon what you mean by sacrifice.
Yeah, it depends on like the context to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the context of it, because part of it is you know, what you're doing is you're putting your energy into something and then you're giving it to a deity, and I can completely understand that sort of that concept of an exchange. The concept of understanding that, like, let's say, part of a Christian tradition is giving thanks before a meal. So you are understanding that that meal that you're about to consume gives you life. And so you are thanking God for that. In a sense, that's also harkens back, possibly, and I don't know the exact connection to it, so don't hold me to it, but there's definitely a connection to that, to hunter and gatherers who understand that the animal that they are about to consume, they thank that animal for giving its life so that they can eat it and live on. And so that's sort of giving thanks to that animal, understanding that that animal is dying and being sacrificed so that they can survive and they can eat. That's a whole nother way of understanding the dynamics of, you know, life and death and survival, you know.
Right. That sounds like it's more in lines of paying respects to the animal that was killed.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's a very good way to put it. You're understanding and respecting the animal and giving thanks to it. Yeah, I mean, nowadays, you know, we go down to our local butcher store and say, hey, I want that cut of meat right there. Give it to me. We don't have to like go out, hunt an animal, kill it, skin it, drain its blood, you know, do all the things that they had to do back then, you know. So we have a different concept of it now. Like most people would be like, ew, I don't want to have to kill an animal to consume it. It's like, yeah, you don't have to now.
But that's part of life.
Right, exactly. You know, you go to Safeway and your meat is all cut up and all that ugly stuff is done for you. You don't have to like go through the process of looking at an animal in its eyes and then killing it, you know? So let me see. So I'm trying to sort of keep up with the chat here.
That's fine. I'm also trying to keep an eye on the project that we're doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't want to. Can I tell people about it? Or
oh, sure, go ahead.
All right. Okay. So Junkie and I are doing a video together. So he reached out to me a while ago. I think maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah, it was on Twitter actually. I sent you a Twitter message asking if you wanted to collaborate, because a friend of mine recommended me your channel and they showed me because they're a pagan. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this is pretty nice. I like this.
Okay.
And so I watched a few more videos. I was like, I noticed you had like 21,000. I'm like, I should probably spike that thing up again. Let's see if I can get to 9,000.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, I mean, I get a lot of people like, I get occasionally, I will get people who just kind of like want to troll me, like Christians who troll me. So when you first sent the message, I was like, okay, who is this guy, you know? Yeah. And then I went and saw your channel. Like, oh, okay, wait a second, he's legit. So then I was like, yeah, hey, that sounds awesome. And you have like what? You have like 12,000 or 13,000 subscribers. I mean, you have a lot.
I have 20,000 at the moment.
20,000. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's a big boost for me because I have, you know, I have almost 2.3. I think at this point
2.2 is what it says on mine, but I guess it's about to go up to 2.3.
Yeah. So I mean, definitely I appreciate that. So So we're working on this video, and we got together. We did a couple of hangouts on it, and we did the dialogue. We put that together, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to it, Chunky. So, and thank you for reaching out to me and for doing all that editing, because I know it's a fucking pain in the ass.
Right now, what I'm doing is I'm getting the audio out of the way. Like, I'm getting the audio edits, and then once I get to the very end, it's going to be about 16 minutes long. I've actually checked on my timeline here, so it's about 16 minutes. I'm like, oh, Christ. But I got about almost all the audio finished. Just got to get the last bit. I do a few re-edits here and there.
Nice. Well, good. I'm looking forward to it. So, so definitely, if you want to do, so the name of your channel is The Names Junkie. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you put
you can just call me Junkie. You can just call me Junkie as just as a short. It's easier that way.
Okay, but I also wanted to give the link to people if they want to check out your channel. So
I can do that.
If you put it into the chat here, I'll copy it and paste it into the chat there, so people can go and check out your channel.
Let's see here. There we go.
And hopefully, when you get it, when you get it done, okay, cool. I'll be able to mirror it on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Oops.
Right now, I'm trying to get the Price is Right theme.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So so the link that I'm about to put in the chat is to Junkie's channel. So definitely go and check him out.
If you're all wondering what I mainly do, I just mainly do commentaries or rants on different topics. I used to do one mainly based on art, but I eventually got bored of it and just started just doing videos on different topics, like YouTube itself, or let's see, what's a good example? Past ranters who I used to work with and who just suddenly just disappeared out of nowhere. I can just bring up as a story. I recently spoke to another one. What was it? Who used to do rants back in the day, who wasn't the best, but he actually took it pretty well. Let's see. The one video that was actually religious based was actually on snake handling priests. Those people were crazy.
That was the one that I saw. That one was hilarious.
I actually had my sister help me out with it, and it was a fun project. Like, at the end, I hinted a bit at like how some of my classmates were like, "Okay, I'm done. Nope, I'm out." I wasn't joking. Like, some of my classmates were like, "What the hell am I watching?" And my teacher was like, "Oh, we see. This is how they view their religious beliefs and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "No. You don't understand. This is fucking insane."
Yeah, there's people who have died from that, right?
Yeah. Like, what was it? One of the priests who devoted himself to this ended up dying because he got bitten by one of the rattlesnakes.
Mm-hmm. And it's also illegal in that particular country, or not, excuse me, country, a state.
Yeah, it was in Tennessee actually. That was where it stated like, yeah, it's also illegal in the state. Like, oh yeah, I know, sure, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. I'm like, you're an idiot, okay? I'm sorry, but you are a straight A idiot.
I really wonder how that became part of their religious practice.
I don't know, honestly.
It would be fascinating to understand that.
Yeah, actually.
Because snakes supposedly are supposed to be representation of Satan.
Yeah.
And so they're handling snakes in a church. It just seems so odd,
So wait, if that's the case, wouldn't they technically be worshiping Satan?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they're sitting there, yeah, I mean, it would just be really fascinating, because I don't think that that's a thing in Europe. I think that is a particular brand of, what is it, Methodist or Mormon? I mean, which branch of Christianity are they?
I have no idea. It's been a while since I looked at the video, but I believe it's like I can't remember. It was some type of Christianity, but I can't remember. It was something.
Okay, so Jeremy Lim in chat says that in the Bible it says to take up snakes.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that they shall take up serpents.
Okay, so that's what it is.
But the problem was that it was being like very philosophical. It wasn't meaning literally take up serpents and hold them like an idiot.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I've read the Bible, And it's like if you look at it metaphorically, you can go, oh, okay, I understand that. I can see that. But if you take it literally, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No.
You know, so it's like everything in the Bible, if you look at it sort of metaphorically, it makes sense. But there's so many Christians who take the Bible literally, and I'll question them like, you mean certain parts of the Bible you take, literally? No, we take it all literally. I'm like, okay, every single word you take literally? Yep. I'm like, okay.
I get this picture right now when they take it so literal, like one person walks up to the priest, said, "Hey, priest, I need Jesus," and he just throws a book at them, like in the face, like, "Ah, what the fuck? You needed Jesus, so there you go." It's like, that's not what I asked.
So what's the ETA on that? When do you think? Like next week, maybe?
Possibly, but I'm still not sure because I'm trying to get the rest of this audio finished.
Okay.
And I'm also waiting for some more stills to use for like visual gags for myself, because I've noticed the stills that I have at the moment are a little lacking. I only have 4, so I'm about to add 2 more, which will be an angry and a questionable look. Still waiting for my artist to respond. I haven't got anything back, but they're probably still working on it.
Okay. Now, do you need anything from me? Like, is the audio
No.
Okay.
Yeah, audio's perfectly fine. I loved it.
Okay, good. And then do you need any more avatars from me? Any of my little card figures?
Let's see. You sent in 5 or 6, right?
Yeah, I think I sent like 4 or 5 to you.
That should be fine then. Like I can handle with those because your expressions are very, very simplistic, so I can work with that.
Okay, good. Yeah, because sending the cards wasn't so difficult because I think that file when I sent it to you was only like 3.5 megs or something. I mean, it was pretty small, but the audio file was like 35. What was it? It was like 60 megs or something.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, this thing's huge. I'm like, well, I better do something else while I wait for this thing to finish.
Yeah, because I mean, I even zipped it down, but still, it was like 60 megs or 50 megs or something like that. And I sent it to you, so I was like, "Am I going to be able to email this?" And I was like, "Well, I'll try it, And so I emailed it, and it was like, "Okay, sending."
2 hours
go back,
later.
Right, exactly. Go get a cup of coffee, use the restroom, come back, still sending. Okay, maybe I'll go out for a short walk. Go out for a walk, come back, still sending. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna fucking kill me. He's gonna be like, what are you fucking doing?
Like, what is this?
Stuck for like an hour.
Oh
man. But you got it, so that's good.
Yeah, I have it now. There are a few audio blips, but I was like, it's not that noticeable.
Oh, really? An audio blip?
Like it seemed like it was cut out for some reason, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I was like, I had some bits where my audio was cut out too, so I was like, I'll just run with it.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder what happened to it, because what I did was I had the whole file. I recorded it like a couple of times, saying the line, 3 or 4 times, and I picked out which one was the best, and then I left a little gap of space.
Yeah, that's what I do as well.
Yeah. So when I listened to it, everything was fine. So maybe something happened in the compression when I sent it.
Maybe, but it sounds fine on the end. It's just that there's a few bits and pieces where it's like it has a few blips. But it's not gonna be that noticeable.
Now you say blips, like added sound, or the sound just dips away?
It sounded like it was cut off a little too soon, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
That's weird. Well, it sounds like, well, okay. Well, if you need me to re-record some audio, just let me know and I'll do that.
Well, what I'm trying to say is it only happened twice, and that was about it. The rest of the audio is fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and it mainly happened at the beginning. So they'll still understand what you're saying. They'll just hear like a little like a little weird audio quirk going on at the beginning, and then it'll just run like normal.
Okay.
See.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. I've only done a couple of collabs. I did one collab with a friend of mine who's in the chat right now, Mad Witch, Me and him did a collab on the whole the doxing scandal that came out a while ago between a couple of YouTubers. I think it was AIU and one other person. I can't remember who it was. Anyhow, but so we talked about that, and then yours. And I think those are the only 2 collabs I've done, and it's fun. It's fun to do collabs with people.
They can be very fun, but they can also be very time consuming.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it seems like the collab that you and I did, it seemed to go pretty smoothly.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to say is I had a few collabs in the past that weren't too great, but it's mainly because of like conflicting views on humor. Like I had one who wanted to do a collaboration with me, and they were really big, and they still kind of are, but we're technically very even in subscribers. Like both of us have like 20K. The problem was his humor is very random. He would just randomly bring up like different TV shows, different sources of media. It's like, but we're not talking about that. Like, yeah, but it's funny, right? It's like, no, it's not. It's just random.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, because I have seen videos created by people where like they'll just slap stuff together, and I'm like, what does that have to do with what they're talking about? And I get really lost by that. So yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can throw a clip in that makes perfect sense, you know, like something that sort of when you're reacting to the person's video who you're talking to, and then you throw in a clip from like, you know, let's say The Simpsons or something, it makes sense, you know. But sometimes like people will throw in clips from like, I don't know, like Breaking Bad, and you're like, okay, what
does that have to do with anything?
What the hell does that have to do with anything? Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I think humor is actually a pretty complex and subtle thing. You know, not everything is funny, you know, and not everybody interprets everything as the same as you might think that they would interpret it. I guess is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that. But I think you and I don't think we had any problem. It was very smooth from what I remember.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Like, with like the dude that I was working with last time, it was long ago. It was like a year ago. It wasn't just with humor that was conflicting. He would barely get on. Like, I had to like email him ahead of time to see if he'll respond, and I'll have to wait like another 2 to 3 weeks. I'm like, dude, I gotta get stuff done. Like, either you work on this stuff with me now, or just don't work at all.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening is he was like, look, I got stuff to do. It's like, yeah, so do I. And I had to, it was a review on a person's character that they had. I ended up to rewrite the whole thing myself. I'm like, oh, it was a nightmare.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it ended up coming out pretty well. Like, I actually found out that the person who sent in the character to be reviewed said, thank you for working in it, but I'm actually very glad you didn't work with the person that you're going to collaborate with, because I ended up showing the script and how it was originally going to look like. And one of them said, yeah, I'm kind of glad you didn't. His humor was really dumb. I'm like, yeah, I didn't like it either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think, yeah, exactly. And I think it's also a reflection on you. Like if you raise your channel to a certain standard, you know, of editing and also humor that your audience expects, and then you collab with somebody and they're just kind of like, you know, they're not really making any sense. And yeah, I mean, so it can reflect on you negatively and your audience. So yeah, so I mean, I don't think just because somebody wants to do a collab with you, maybe you check out their style and you try to work with them and it doesn't work out, I don't think there's any reason why you should try to make it work. Sometimes certain people maybe just aren't meant to collab together, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I remember, what was it, when I first started doing rant or commentary based videos, I ended up coming across a friend of mine, actually a viewer of mine, who actually made a video response on one of my own stuff. It was actually very well put together, but like they were first starting out and they were expecting me to like respond in a very negative way. That friend of mine was actually Spocter Theory, who ended up becoming much bigger than me, actually. He started out around a few hundred subscribers. By the end of this year, he went up to 50K.
Wow, that's quite a growth.
It was mainly because he was shown by many other of my rancher friends who were a part of the community, and just kept showing him off over and over, and that's just how he just suddenly exploded in subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the catch on YouTube. You got to know people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely that helps. Yeah, I mean, I think if you just start up a YouTube channel, it's really difficult to get anybody to view your channel.
Yeah.
You're not being trending. You know, you don't have subscribers. You don't have any kind of a base. You're basically just it's like random luck if somebody happens to come across your channel.
Yeah,
it's
like
really
you have a foundation
difficult.
there. Now it's your choice of what you want to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's really good when other people do collabs or do a shout out to them, you know, because that's really how channels get exposure, because that's really what it is. It's exposure, getting people to at least just watch your video. And hopefully if they like your video, they're going to subscribe to you and keep watching, you know?
Yeah.
So it's tough. Like I know that have you heard of Bearing?
Bearing? No, actually, I've not.
Okay, well, Bearing's a guy who does kind of like reactionary videos, rants about people and things, and he has a little bear avatar. But his channel, I mean, it just boom grew up like overnight. He like started out with like maybe 10, 20 subscribers or whatever, and then just like everybody started sharing his video, and all of a sudden I think he's like up to, I don't know, maybe 100,000. I'll have to look, but he's like he was one of those people who just like, I think his channel is only about 2 years old, 2 or 3 years old.
Christ.
Yeah, and he just shot up. So yeah. So yeah, we kind of got off the topic.
We went off topic like crazy.
But that's okay. It's okay, because I used to do these hangouts on a regular basis. I used to do them every Saturday, so it's kind of good to get back into it for 2018. So it's all right if it's all over the place. So and what else you got coming down the pike? Anything? You got other collabs you're going to be doing with some people, or anything you want to mention?
What I'm going to be doing in the future right now is I'm going to be possibly showing off more smaller channels. What was it? There's a few that I know. Some that are in the ranting community, and also the one I actually found out recently is a commentary-based community, and which is also just as big as my ranting community that I'm with. And I noticed like a few of my friends, actually one of my friends named Ponder Sprocket showed me a few small ranter channels, or small commentary channels that were trying to get a boost, but they just weren't getting anywhere. I'm like, all right, sure, I can show them off. Saw a few, and I was like, wow, this is hilarious. Like, there's actually a few out there that are really, really good. It's just they aren't being noticed at all. Right.
So are you gonna do like are you gonna like spotlight or feature one at a time, or are you gonna kind of like do?
It's gonna be a top 5 most underrated channels, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every time I make it to at least another 10K, I'm gonna be doing one of those videos.
Nice.
Yeah, it's basically like a little celebratory thing. Whenever I make a milestone, I'll do those. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that. I featured I think it was like I did like 20. I did just like I got like maybe 45 seconds of somebody's channel and just sort of showed it off and just gave a link and the name of their channel. And I did that a couple of times. I call it the Hidden Gem series. And it was a lot of fun. And
That's
a lot of
really
people
neat idea.
Yeah, and I mean it's great because a lot of those channels got exposure for the first time that way,
Yeah.
And some of them really grew, and some of them didn't, But that's just because maybe they fell, they kind of backed off on making content, or maybe they made content that other people didn't find
really care
exciting.
for.
Yeah, right. Or yeah, exactly. It wasn't their cup of tea, but a lot of them, like, I still see them today, and they're like up to like 1K and 800. And I'm like, woohoo,
Yeah, they're doing well.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of fun to do that.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. I'm adding the effect where like the background blurs a little bit, and like then like the Price is Right starts beginning, and there's confetti flying everywhere.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so definitely you guys are going to have to check out his channel. And when he releases the video, I will definitely mirror it on my channel so you guys can see. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun.
Let's see, what the hell? Come on, work, damn it.
Oh, you're literally editing it right now, huh?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna start to wrap this up.
All right then. I need to get back on this anyways.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for jumping on, Junkie, and
No problem.
it was a lot of fun. And definitely go check out his channel. And all right, thanks all, and everybody in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you later.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Good night, Junkie.
Night.